Hello world, I'm BackFat and I'm here with another survival-friendly Minecraft tutorial. Have you ever been running through your world and then all of a sudden you start hearing an awful lot of zombies? And then when you go to investigate it, you see cobblestone. And when you go to investigate it, you get inside and you find one of these things. Ah! Or maybe you hear a bunch of skeletons, and when you go and investigate, you find one of these. Ah! So, what's the best thing to do when you find yourself one of these spawners? After you've died a couple of times, then finally killed off all the mobs and got your stuff back, well, why don't you just come in here and destroy it? That way you don't have to worry about them anymore. No, don't destroy it. What you want to do is make a mob farm out of it, which is what this tutorial is all about. Okay, so the first thing you want to do with your spawner is you want to light it up. This configuration is the way that I like to light it up. I don't like to put the torches directly on the spawner itself, because then when it's time to get rid of all the torches and turn the spawner on, you have to actually swing a tool towards the spawner. And you don't want a chance breaking this thing. Once it's gone, it is gone forever. So this way, by building these little dirt blocks and putting torches on all sides of the dirt blocks, all you have to do is dig away the dirt block when you're done, and you don't have to worry about breaking the spawner. Plus, you can dig away with this with a fast shovel, making it easier to get these blocks out of the way so that you can escape the spawner trap before the zombies try to start eating your face. So, the next thing you want to do is you want to break all the blocks that are within 4 blocks of the spawner. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to be taking out all of these. The monsters can spawn within 4 blocks of the spawner. And that means left, right, up, and down as well. So let me get these blocks removed and I'll be right back. Okay guys, when you're digging underneath the spawner, I want to make sure you guys are extra careful that you do not hit this spawner. I cannot stress enough how much you do not want to hit the spawner. So as you can see, I went 4 in every direction, including up. Now I need to go not just 4, but 8 blocks down. You want to go more than just 4, trust me. Okay, now you've done an awful lot of digging and you've repaired your axe. We're ready to move on to the next step. What you want to do here is you want to come over to this side over here and take out 1 row of blocks. Bring it 1 row lower. Then starting from this edge, you want to count out 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you go down on the 8th block. From here you want to count out 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you want to go 1 more. Okay, so now we want to put water across this back wall. Just get yourself 2 water buckets. Just place them every other block. and it'll create a infinite water source in the middle. So then you can just pull water from here and then move over again. Grab some water, move over, grab some water, move over. Once you have water going all the way across here, you'll see it pushes you nicely down into our little drop chute. So you're gonna want one source of water right there, which is gonna push you all the way down to the end. Okay, now down here we are going to need some signs. We're going to need one type of slab, and you're going to need a lot more water and signs for this. Doesn't matter what kind of slab you use, any kind of slab. I also wanted to real quick mention that you can decorate the walls of this room however you want, but it doesn't matter because you're never going to see them. So anyway, back down here, you're going to place one sign here. You're going to place one sign here. Alright, actually guys, you want to bring this out one more than I told you to, so it's going to go out 2 blocks past the sign here. You're going to want to put yourself a half slab up right here, and then you're going to want to put a water source up in the corner here, not there. It's got to be up in this corner. You can break this block, put your water source, and then quickly put your slab. This is going to get rid of your baby zombies for you. There might be one standing here every so often, but they'll eventually bounce up into there. They'll get stuck in that water stream and they will drown. If you want to keep their drops, you can put a hopper right down here and connect that to a chest or your sorting system, but honestly it's not worth it. You're not going to get enough drops from these zombies, these baby zombies, for it to matter. You're going to get plenty from the rest of the farm. So now you want to dig straight up on this block where you have your sign until you get to the surface. Once you get up here, you want to make sure that this is nice and complete. But you need to make sure that this tube is nice and enclosed. So now down back at the bottom of the tube. So from this point you're going to go every other block water sign. So you're going to put yourself a source block of water. You're going to come up one. Let me do this where I'm not flying so you can see what it's like in survival. You're going to come up one, you're going to put a sign. You're going to come up again, you're going to put a water source. Then a sign, then a water source. Keep doing this until you get up to the top of your elevator so far. Okay, now here's where it gets important. You want to go up 23 blocks from where you're going to want to be killing these guys. So let's say, because it's going to be 8 blocks over from here. So imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to be killing them somewhere around here. We're going to be using fall damage to get them nice and weak so that we don't have to hit them multiple times. So we want to go up 23 blocks from this point. Then from up here we want to go over 7 blocks. 6 blocks, not counting the one we're on. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what we want to do is we want to go back through and we want to make a nice little square here. So we want to finish this up. Go ahead and go up 2 more on that back wall. Go up 2 more on each side, and then you want to close this in. You want to cover the top of this with slabs, so that way the zombies will not take damage from the sun. You want to come out 1 block extra. Now, down at the bottom here, you want to make another one of those little T's. Now before you close this one up all the way, you want to make sure that you finish up your elevator. So we're going to go back through here and we're going to repeat the pattern. So water, sign, water, sign, all the way up to the top. Okay, now if you get up to the top and you have a situation like what I have going on here, you might want to make a little bit of an adjustment here. We're one block off. If I were to put the water here, which is just fine, then I'm going to need to have one sign right here at the end to stop it. The other thing that I could do, potentially, is just put another water source here, and then this way I won't need the sign. I also want to mention that this mob elevator is subject to change in the next update, because the update Aquatic is likely to change the way that water works with signs, and this type of elevator may not ever work ever again. So okay, now that we got all this set up, it's time to start getting it ready for mobs to start coming through. So what you want to do up in here is we got to make it really dark in there. The best way to make an area like this dark is just to add rows of slabs that are alternating. That way you'll still be able to see through. Now while you're building this, make sure to leave yourself a little bit of a gap so that way you can get in there and get rid of all those lights. So what you see I'm doing here is I'm making sure that there's a space in between each slab. Now that'll make it so that you can see into the room, but light won't be able to get in there. And that'll become very apparent when I get the last ones in. Okay, now that you got all this built up here, you want to come in with just a couple of pieces of dirt. You're going to want to do this quick and get out. So make sure you're doing it with a fast shovel. But you're going to come up here and break these 4 blocks that have the torches on them. And you see, as soon as I do it, they're already starting to spawn. Watch out, the skeletons can shoot you and you don't want to fall in there. And now that it's closed off, see, it is pitch black in there. You cannot see a thing. So if you come through, you can make it so that it's nice and easy to see the spawner, and you'll see it when it lights up. And you can see our mobs are already starting to climb up the elevator. Now at this point they're falling too far, so they're going to die as soon as they hit the ground. So what you're going to want is a chest and some hoppers. Now, I want to note you must be within 15 blocks of this spawner for it to be spawning zombies. So, sometimes you might want to bring this a little bit closer, just so that way while you're smacking them, they're still spawning. And there you go. As you can see, they survived it. So the safest thing to do at this point would be to put a slab right there. It'd be to put a slab right there and then just hit them through this little gap. And there you go, guys. That is a simple mob spawner trap. It's as easy as that. It's survival friendly. It doesn't take very much materials at all. This elevator doesn't have to be made out of glass. I just like to be able to see what's going on. You could put a glass wall here if you want to, but it's a lot harder to keep it dark in that room. So the better thing to do is slabs like we did here. So guys, that's a simple tutorial on how to make a mob spawner trap. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and leave us a comment. And please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more tutorials like this. Alright guys, bye!